Hey y'all, real quick, I just wanted to come on and encourage you. Listen. I want to remind you of something because some of you have forgot the fact that the enemy was already defeated. He was already defeated like 2,000 years ago, like a long time ago. And many of us are fighting against an enemy that was already defeated. So why are we worried about what the enemy is going to do if he's already defeated? Yeah. So I wanted to come on and remind you of that. See, this is the thing. The enemy banks on the fact that sometimes we get so caught up in what's happening around us that we forget that we already have the victory, even though there is a storm brewing around us. And we oftentimes don't really give God all of the glory that is due to him in the midst of us going through the storm, because our focus is on the thing that's happening instead of focusing on what we know God is able and capable of doing in our life. And so the enemy banks on that. See, he banks on the fact that some of us in the midst of our storms have forgotten that God already had won the victory for us over 2,000 years ago, more than 2,000 years ago. Okay. And see, he banks on that. So then what he does is he sends his little imps and his little, his little people that work for him after you to try to distract you off of the path of faith, off of the path of staying on focus on God and focus on what God told you he's going to do. But I came to remind you, focus on what God told you he's going to do. Let your faith even dig in deeper when the enemy starts throwing those attacks at you, because this is the thing, he's already defeated. So why are we stressed about what the enemy is doing? He's already defeated. We already won. Keep pressing forward and doing exactly what God told you to do. And if you lost track of the assignment that God put you on, ask God to remind you what the assignment was he put you on, what the instructions were that he gave you, and what are the next steps that he wants you to do and take. See, the distraction comes, the storms come, the trials come, the tribulation come to try to throw us off track of staying on track with keeping our faith and trusting God to get to the next level that he's taking us to get to the next dimension that God is taking us to become our greatest and highest self, right? So as I remind you, I remind myself, okay? Go back to God. If you forgot what God told you to do, or you forgot who you are, because some of us have allowed the circumstances surrounding us to overtake us to the point where we forgot who we are in God. And it's time for us to get back to who we are in God. Get back to our faith. Get back to trusting God. Get back to having the faith that is beyond all